Hi everyone, I am Teacher Michelle and welcome to another episode of Unang Math. In this episode, I will be discussing this lesson about basic counting with arranging in a row. Arranging in a row means we are going to arrange things or people in a line. Okay, so we will find the number of possible ways when we arrange things or people in a line. And there are two ways to do that. First is we're going to arrange these things or people in one line. And another one is we will arrange these people or things in one line, but with adjacency condition. Okay, let's start with arranging n distinct object in one line or in a line. And I will explain this using this example. We are going to determine the number of ways to arrange 3 people in a line. Okay, let's say this is these are the 3 people, A, B, C. How many ways to arrange these 3 people in one line? Okay, for you to better understand this concept, I want you to imagine that these 3 people joined racing competition. Okay, let's say this is the first ranking, second ranking, third ranking. So, first ranking can be person A, can be person B, or can be person C. If person A is our first ranking, so second ranking can be B or C. If B is our first ranking, then second ranking can be A or C. C is the first ranking. Second ranking can be A or B. Okay, now, if A is first, B is second, then it means third ranking is C. A is first, C is second, then B is third. B is first, A is second, then it means C is our third ranking. B, C, so it means A is third. This is person A, person C, person A, so person B is third ranking. And in here, person C, this is person B, so it means person A is the third ranking. So we have here 6 ways to arrange these 3 people in a line. Okay, now, let's think of a formula in this illustration. Okay, let's say the 3 people here is N. So, in this column, we have here person A, B, C. So, we have 3 outcomes. And this is our N. Okay, what about in our second column? It's actually 3 also, but since we use 1, so we have to subtract 1. We have to subtract 1 because we use it here already once. So it would be 2, and this is n minus 1. In the third column, it's 3, but since we use it here and we use it here also, so twice already, so minus 2, then it means 1. And this is n minus 2. So we use these at the same time. We know that we need to multiply, and this is equal to 6. So we have here n times n minus 1 times n minus 2. So this is our formula if we are trying to find the number of possible outcomes when we arrange n distinct objects in a line. And this is actually the same formula that we use when we find out the possible outcome using number cards. In here, without 0, or 0 is not included. Since n is 3, then we just have here n minus 2 or until n minus 2. But if n is 4, then we have here times n minus 3 and so on. Okay, let's use the formula in finding then the possible arrangement or outcome in this next example. So according to this, from the set A, B, C, D, E, choose two people and find the number of possible linear arrangements of those two people. So these people here, A until E, this is our number of person or number of objects. So we are just going to choose two people. And we will find the number of possible linear arrangements of those two people. So n is 5. What about here? So we know that this is n minus 1. So 5 minus 1, so it means 4. And multiply this one to find out the possible or the number of possible linear arrangements. Okay, we found out that we have 20 possible linear arrangements of these two people. Okay, moving on to our second way. This is now arranging objects in a line with adjacency conditions. Okay, when we say adjacency conditions, we are going to arrange these things or this person or people in a line. Okay, let's say this is adjacent to this one, or this is adjacent or next to this one, or this is adjacent or next to this one. So in this case, how are we going to find the number of possible outcomes? Okay, to explain this further, let's give an example. Four students, A, B, C, and D, are to stand in a line. We will find the number of arrangement in which A and B are next to each other. So we have here four students, and they are to stand in a line. So we will find the number of arrangement in which there's a condition here. A and B are next to each other. So the first thing that we need to do is we have to group A and B. It means they stay or they are in one group. So if we're going to illustrate, A and B are next to each other, meaning A is here, B is here. This is C, this is D. So they stand in a line. So to find the number of arrangement in which A and B are next to each other, so in our first column, A, B, C, or D. So we have here three outcomes. What about in our second column? If A, B is in the first, then C or D is in the second. C is in the first column, so it can be A, B, or D in the second one. D is in the first column, so here is A, B, or C. Okay, now what about in the third column? A, B, C, so it means here is D. A, B, D, so C is in the third column. C, A, B, so it means D is in the third column. C, D, so A, B in the third column. D, A, B, so here is C. D, C, so here is A, B. Okay, again, in the first column, we have three outcomes. In the second column, we have 3, but since we used once already, so minus 1. So now it's 2. So 3 is our n. Here, 2 is our n minus 1. What about in the third column? 3, but since we used twice already, so minus 2. So this is n minus 2, so it's 1. We know that we need to multiply this one because we use this at the same time. So we have here 6 outcomes. Okay, so in this illustration, we found out that we have here 6 arrangement. But take note, A, B. We have here A, B, and B, A are not the same or not equal. Take note, when we say BA, they are also next to each other. So, if we are going to group like this, we have to do the same thing. We have to find out also the outcomes or the possible outcomes. And if we will do the same thing, we can find out that we also have the same number of outcomes, which is 6. So it means we just have to multiply this one by 2. So the total number of arrangement in which A, B are next to each other is 12. Okay, mind you, we multiply this by 2 because we got 6 here. It doesn't mean that we have to multiply 6 times 2. Okay, I'm going to give you another example. Let's say the condition here is A, B, and C are next to each other. So in this case, we have to put A, B, C in one group. So we have here A, B, C. So in the first line, we have 2 outcomes. In the second line, we have here 2 outcomes also. But since we use ones here already, so n minus 1, we have 1. So here is equal to 2 outcomes. Okay, now, this is not yet the final number of arrangements. What we have to do here is we have to get the outcomes also for this group, A, B, C. So, A, B, C, so A, B, C, so we have here 3 outcomes. In next column, we have n minus 1, so 3 minus 1, we have 2. In the third column, it would be 3 minus 2, so it's 1. And then we have to multiply this one, so we will get 6. So here, this 6 should be multiplied to this 2. So that means we have 12 arrangements in which A, B, C are next to each other. So what we did here is we have to get the outcomes in the first arrangement, and in this grouping, we also need to get the outcome, and we have to multiply these 2 outcomes to find the total possible outcomes. And we found out in here that we have 12 number of arrangements in which A, B, C are next to each other. Okay, moving on. Let's now answer this simple question. There are 3 girls and 3 boys. How many ways are there to arrange all 6 of them in a line so that boys and girls alternate? So it's given that we have 3 girls and 3 boys. So total is 6. Okay, it's asking for how many ways are there to arrange all these 6 in a line so that boys and girls alternate. Okay, when we say boys and girls alternate, it means boy, girl, okay, or girl, boy. Both these conditions, boys and girls alternate. Okay, take note, we have 3 girls and 3 boys. So, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy, girl. So this is a possible arrangement. Okay, or girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. This is also a possible arrangement. Okay, both boys and girls are alternate. So this is our first condition. This is our second condition. Okay, now to find how many ways are there to arrange all these 6. So here, we have to find the outcomes in each column. So this is like our n, this is like n1, and this is our n minus 1, this is n minus 2. So outcome here, 3. What about here? 3 minus 1, so this is 2. This is 1. Here, outcome also is 3. So this is 2, this is 1. And since this happens at the same time, we have to multiply these numbers. So this is now equal to 36. So 36 outcomes in this case or in this condition. Okay, what about here? Girl, boy, girl, boy, girl, boy. So this is also boy and girls alternate. So let's find the outcomes. So this is our n. So this is 3. This is n minus 1. So 2. N minus 2. This is 1. How about here? This is n. So this is 3. So we have 3 outcomes also. This is n minus 1. So 2. N minus 2. So this is 1. And multiply these numbers because this happens at the same time. This is also equal to 36. Okay, this time to find the total ways or the total outcomes since this condition and this condition didn't happen at the same time. So it means we need to add these outcomes. So this is equal to 72. So the total possible outcomes in this question or in this problem is 72 outcomes. Okay, moving on to our last question according to this one. 4 people, A, B, C, and D are to stand in a line. So they are to stand in a line. How many arrangements are possible if B must stand either at the front or at the end of the line? So we have here 4 people, A, B, C, D, and they are to stand in a line. We're looking for how many arrangements are possible if, so there's a condition here, B must stand either at the front or at the end of the line. So B is in front or B is at the end of the line. So we can illustrate this way. Since it's already given that B is in front or B is at the end, we are just going to arrange A, C, and D. So if we're going to get the outcomes, this is 3, 2, 1. This is 3, 2, 1. And this happens at the same time, so we multiply. So it means we have here 6 outcomes. What about here? We have to multiply this also because it happens at the same time. So we also have here 6 outcomes. And if we're going to go back to this question or problem, according to this one, B must stand either at the front or at the end of the line. So this condition is different from this condition. So to find how many arrangements or the total arrangements, possible arrangements, since this is condition or this condition, then it means we need to add these numbers. So we have here total of 12 possible arrangements.